Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about formative assessment tool called Quizizz. Quizizz is a fantastic way to gamify the learning inside your classroom. It allows you to create a game that your students can take to assess where they stand on what you've been teaching them. It's a great way to check for understanding. It's a great way to create some reteaching opportunities or learn some reteaching opportunities and focus on the standards that your students may be struggling with and see where they stand. It really helps you and your students communicate on what needs to be gone over more and what they've learned so far. It's great because it can be done in class, it can be done out of class. It's very flexible as far as its functionality overall. Getting started, you're going to create a quiz. You're going to create an account on Quizizz.com. I utilize the login with Google feature. If you're logged into Google Chrome, which you should be for many reasons, then you can simply just choose login with Google, and then you don't have to remember another username and another password. From there, you can open it up and take a look at what's already available. There are thousands of public quizzes that are available for you to utilize, and we're going to take a look at some of that functionality here in just a second. When you're creating your quiz, you're going to name your quiz, of course, decide whether you want it to be public or private. If it is just the content that you're teaching in your class without any sensitive information, I highly recommend making it public. Share that information with your colleagues, with educators around the world, so that they can utilize what you've created in their classrooms as well. Once you make it public, it can be shared or taken by anyone, and anyone can assign that quiz to their students. So you're going to add your questions, giving between 2 and 4 answer choices. The answer choices have to be multiple choice, or I believe you can do true false as well. And you choose from how long you want students to have to answer the questions. You can make it very fast or very long. I have seen some quizzes with reading passages similar to state tests where they will add a long reading passage and then a question below. It's a great way to kind of mirror what students will have to do moving forward. And for something like that, you would want to give them 5, 10, even 15 minutes on that particular question. So adjust that timing as needed for whatever you need to do and your students need to do. Like I said, the public quizzes are so fantastic for you because Quizizz allows you to take individual questions from those public quizzes and add them to yours. So rather than on other sites, you can just give one of the quizzes that's available. You can do that as well on Quizizz. However, you also have the option to open up a quiz and a public quiz and only take 1 or 2 questions. So if you are giving a quiz on World War II, you can find different quizzes on, as you can see here, I've done Dwight Eisenhower, and you can look at 3 or 4 different quizzes, take 2 or 3 different questions from each, and be able to utilize a lot of different resources that other teachers have created. And so this allows you to really, really customize that quiz by taking other answers that are already created and not having to reinvent the wheel, but also being able to add your own custom questions in there as well. So it is a fully customizable quiz with questions that you've created, with questions that others have created. It's really, really a fantastic tool. Then choose your format. Do you want the students to take the quiz live, or do you want them to take it as homework? If you take it live, they will join right away. If you take it as homework, it will produce a code that you will then share with your students. This is where I like to utilize a public space like the learning management system that you might be provided with for your classroom, a public folder, a public Word doc, public Google Doc that you share with your students, where you can constantly be sharing those codes, and students can go to find the code that they need. You can just say, we have a quiz on Quizizz this evening, find the code, and that will allow them to be able to know where the code is at and be able to go to it all the time. The deadline for homework can be set for up to 2 weeks. So if you just want to know how your students are doing on a certain part of your lesson within that kind of window, you have that option, or you can make it due the next day. You can take a look at all the different customizable options that really fit best for you and your students. You can also customize the quiz itself. If you've never taken a quiz on Quizizz, at the end of every question, it gives you a meme. If you've answered it correctly, it gives you a happy, positive, congratulations, you were right meme. If you answered it incorrectly, it gives you not necessarily a negative meme, but it is a, what were you thinking type of meme. They're not bad at all. None of them are really terrible. However, they do rub some people the wrong way from time to time. I have had teachers complain. So there is an option where you can turn off the memes if you like. A more fun option is where it allows you to create your own memes that you can add into your quizzes that you have. So it's very customizable as far as that. You can jumble questions, answers, showing the memes, everything that you need in that quiz. Lastly, evaluating the results is fantastic and easy. The results are given to you in an easily readable form that you can that you can export to Excel and then sort. You can take a look at individual questions. How are students doing on individual questions? If most of the students are missing one particular question, you can go back and reteach that part of the standard. You can really focus on that. It really helps you identify reteaching opportunities that you might need to focus on the next time you meet as a class. So Quizizz is a fantastic formative assessment tool. It's quick, it's easy, it's engaging. The students are learning a lot while they're doing it, and they're having fun. So I hope that you can find some use in it, and I hope that it can help your students enhance their learning.